Hey guys, welcome back to episode 6, no 7 of Bayonetta. Last time, we didn't really do much to be honest. We just basically fought some angels, found Cheshire, as Bayonetta calls him. And we sort of figured out that apparently something in Bayonetta's past, at least 20 years ago, led to him pretty much trying to figure out what happened to his father and what was his father trying to accomplish, while Bayonetta herself was pretty troubled by that realization that there's something bigger that she herself cannot recall. Okay, now I should really stop wasting time. These chests should have like upgrades. Unfortunately, I already grabbed them in my plate. Whoa. I thought I already fought the angels here, but I guess not. Now. So yeah, that's pretty gruesome. Hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far. It's kind of different from Paper Mario since I have to constantly talk, and I tend to have I guess brain freezes whenever I have no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah, when this video is going up, I believe we have just received some word about the new Pokemon game. And I don't know if any of you have actually seen this. By this point, if anybody's watching this, it's probably like days or maybe in the future when Pokemon Moon and Sun have already been released. So, but at this time, I mean, nobody has really any confirmation other than the fact that they had just released the typings for the two legendaries. Now the lion-looking Pokemon, I believe Soledge, his typing was confirmed to be Psychic Steel, while the second one, a bat-looking legendary, which I think looks awesome since I personally like bats and their design. So I really think it's pretty cool. Turned out to be Psychic Ghost, which, while a unique typing, basically means that dark types and competitive moves like knockoff are pretty much going to one-shot that Pokemon, but still, it looks pretty fast, and I can't wait to see what kind of moves they're going to try to introduce. Kind of disappointed it wasn't a new typing, so Gen 7 may not have any new Pokemon, or at least any new typings. Oh, come on! Oh boy, I don't know how far this is gonna take me back. I might have to redo this entire segment. Hopefully it doesn't. It should have stopped at the trains segment. So yeah. Alright, let's do this. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna switch to guns. Where are the guns? There we go. Whoa! Never mind, never mind. Actually, these guys, I'm not paying attention, unfortunately, so I'm making so many mistakes. But yeah, they basically released some new footage for the protagonists for Gen 7, which they look pretty cool, plus the rival. Based on their designs, whatever area the region is based off of seems to be a tropical region. Although I don't know if there's gonna be islands like Gen 3. Although it could be, that might be the reason why they're trying to release Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire before this, so people will get used to the idea of having to traverse the sea for long periods of time. But I'm excited to see what region they're going to base it off of. I'm hoping it might be some place in Oceania or maybe Australia. I'm just basing off the legendaries since it's a lion and a bat, and I'm pretty sure that, well, Australia may not have any lions. It does have cave systems with bats, or at least I'm sure. I might be thinking of Africa, to be honest. I'm not sure. Either way, It looked pretty cool, and I found it pretty enlightening. Not too much more than that, unfortunately. No other, you know, starter Pokemon. So, at the very least, we don't know if only the starters and legendaries are going to be introduced. Hopefully there are more than just those. But, either way, pretty excited. And can't really wait for it to be released. Hopefully, it's released for the regular 3DS and not the new 3DS, which, well, I do enjoy the new 3DS. I still haven't bought, so it'll pretty much suck if I can't buy the new Pokemon game just because I don't have the system. So I don't know how they'll do that. I mean, obviously for Nintendo 3D, the new Nintendo 3DS will look pretty awesome, but I mean, I'm just hoping for at least Gen 7 they'll stick with the Nintendo 3DS. Again, Gomora. We still haven't seen any... Bayonetta does have other demons. It just seems that she has a preference for certain demons destroying certain angels. Which might just be for the fact that they're more suited towards defeating them. I never commented on the fact that she literally blows a kiss to break the angel's seals, which is pretty hilarious. Which, if you see in Bayonetta 2, is even more funny when she fights demons. So, the contrast seems to be pretty interesting. Oh. Now, this is a character that normally isn't seen until much later in the game, but in hard mode, she appears here as a regular enemy. Now, she is the most sexualized of the angels. I mean, even this, I mean, it both turns you on and off, to be honest. I mean, it turns you off because, I mean, you just broke her into a million pieces, but at the same time, you can't help but admit that was pretty hot. But other than that, I'm trying to just keep this PG. Whoa, got a pure platinum. Those are really hard to come by. I guess I haven't really mentioned the fact that, as you can see, the costume that I'm using is the Peach costume. What's going on here? Why isn't it breaking? Aw, come on! Ah, great. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, and there's Rodon's portals. Pretty interesting considering that Vigrid is apparently the closest place to Paradiso. It's kind of odd to see a portal to Hell. Or at least... Oh, wait. Oh, I made a mistake. Now you can actually glitch... Now, you actually don't need to break through this if you already did normal modes, because basically all you need to do is jump as a panther and then transform into an eagle. That's pretty self-explanatory. So I might be skipping these portals, although there is one that causes a sort of glitch if you're not careful enough. So be warned that it could break the game if you're not careful. So let's try this again. Yeah, Panther itself just makes it through. I actually don't even need to use Eagle, but I use it just in case I fall. Okay. You can't really go through these doors, which is a shame, but I guess we have an objective, so let's not waste time. This looks like a church of some sort. Or at least... Alrighty. Whoa. Not sure what Bayonetta was thinking about going in here. So as you can see, she's pretty much just... Bayonetta doesn't really think things through, other than the fact that she has a priority. Since this place won't really serve a purpose other than what's about to happen.
You've played enough hide and seek, my scurrying little friend.
Aw, it's a little girl.
What are you doing
I kind of like the dialogue in this game. It's really humorous and it shows off personality in each character. It's not just, you know, your standard, oh, what's going on, or nor does she act like a normal protagonist. You would think that a protagonist would just, you know, tell the child like what's going on while her personality breaks through. Oh, come on. Ignore that. I hope that's not copyrighted. Ugh. Every time I'm recording, somebody tries to call me. And I always forget to turn this off. But anyway, checking another flashback. The exact same angel that she fought in the past apparently seems to be riling up the people against the Umbra Witches. Basically, I make that assumption because the ritual place of the Umbra Witches look like some type of church. While you can see the people just trying to break through. Although I'm pretty sure whatever he was saying about the two overseers had nothing to do with them. So you can kind of tell that the angels themselves are manipulative, and obviously they're in it for their own agenda. Oh, come on! Oh, so annoying. Okay, just a dragon's head. Oh boy. Well, it's kind of interesting how they incorporated, you know, mythological creatures into the design of the angels, which kind of makes sense if you think about it, since these beings aren't really something that we see anymore, but yet people believe in. So it will sort of make sense if, okay, now this segment, ooh, again, another segment where in your first playthrough you could easily die if you didn't realize that you had to press a certain button, because that's like 1 second of reaction time. If you miss it, that explosion will kill you. Not chip away any health. It will just literally kill you. Alright, so I got a gold medal. I believe that's an improvement. Although I didn't die. That wasn't a challenge segment. You might notice on top of where it says use items, you see all these medals based on how I did on each level. Now, you can see those two that are dark. I believe that there are certain areas where you can enter that are basically optional. So I could have gone there, fought some angels, and tried to get a good score. So it would have increased my chances of getting a much higher reward. And in the middle of the silver one and the platinum one, at the very end, you can see one that's sort of dark was sort of it's sort of transparent, to be honest. Now those I believe are I believe that it was one of the challenge segments that I was well aware of where it was. However, I didn't go there just because I didn't really want to waste time going to it. So because I didn't even go inside, it doesn't even appear. So if you really want to get like much higher awards, those are pretty much the ones that you want to go for, just to increase your overall score a little bit more. Oh wow, I did much worse than before. Yeah, sorry guys. Ooh. I kind of wish you guys would see me at my best, but it's kind of difficult to pay attention and talk at the same time. Alright, another segment where I'm supposed to shoot. Again, this is another part where if you're very patient, you can pretty much do pretty easily. Damn it! I was trying to go for the little red one at the end. I'm pretty good at headshots apparently. I never understood that because I'm not actually focusing, I'm just guessing where the headshot will be in any... Ah, great. That, yes, I got him. You can't get triple headshots, so unfortunately you can't like try to increase your score in that manner. Whoa, 105, that's actually pretty good. Now, what I will increase is, you know, just in case I do die in the next chapter, I'm going to start trying to get more of these red hot shots. It will decrease my scores even if I beat the chapter, just because I used them. But at least you guys won't have to, see me redo an entire stage all over unless I die even after using these hot shots. So I'll buy one of these and use the remaining 30 something for... Oh, never mind. I can't even grab this. I guess I'll go for a... green herb. Maybe I should have just exchanged them for Helios, to be honest. But oh well. Alright. Now apparently we're not moving, but the city seems to be on fire. I don't know if that's foreshadowing something, because we don't... I mean, we just had a fight, but there wasn't a fire in the city. It was on the sky. Now, I'll be changing my costume right here. Going for Daisy. Yeah, the Sarasalan princess. Daisy's costume, basically. I believe I have other costumes as well, but they don't show up in the costume change segment. They appear in the item segments, where you basically can wear the perfumes and you can switch to different gears. I don't have them all, but I do have a few. So after I deplete my Nintendo themed costumes, then I'll switch to those. But for now, let's progress towards Chapter 3, The Burning Ground. I mean, I'm assuming there's going to be fire, just based on the name and the fact that the map seemed to be burning. And this is... Now this is interesting. Now, as I said before, Umbra witches can summon demons that they make pacts with, as long as as they understand the risk that they're taking. At the same time, Lumen sages make pacts with the angels. However, we haven't seen any large angels. I mean, because there are weak demons, but Bayonetta doesn't use them. She tends to use much higher level ones, which isn't really, since we don't really see too many Umbra witches, and the ones that do appear are extremely powerful. We don't really understand. I'm not exactly sure if it's possible for a weak Umbra witch to just make a pact with a weak demon, which might be the case, because it's clear that Bayonetta is much stronger than the average witch. And so it's safe to assume that the stronger a Lumen Sage is, the stronger angels they could summon that they make pacts with. So apparently this guy seems to have been summoned into the world of chaos, which is basically the human world. And that's kind of foreshadowing whether somebody with strong Lumen powers might still survive, but it's still pretty unlikely. So it could just be somebody that knows something about the Lumen Sages and knows their rituals. Now, this game is pretty difficult in itself, but I always find that when they use the environment to hurt you is when it's even harder. Now in this stage is unique that if you touch the fire, it will hurt you and you will flinch. So it makes it much easier for enemies to constantly attack you, so you have to pay attention to where you're standing, where you're going to land, and who's around you. Now these are new angels. They look like manatees, and a hybrid of manatees and regular birds. Oh boy. Yeah, as you can see, stingers. Kind of reminds me of Cell from Dragon Ball Z in his larval stage. Pretty creepy, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of actual bugs. Well, these bugs at least, they look disgusting, but it's what it is. Now. Ah, come on. Yeah, so you will be constantly bombarded by enemies. So, that's pretty much you have to get used to here. There'll be a lot of segments where you have to fight multiple enemies in pretty bad situations. And the game itself especially in much harder difficulty, you don't really gain any health from defeating angels. There's a very low chance. So you always have to be aware of that, especially if you want a perfect run, which is much difficult. Whoa. Now, if you already did this once, I'm pretty sure you will already have noticed, but if you try to do hard mode and you already have, well, I guess you wouldn't have the ability, but once you have Panther, you should probably take this stage at its own pace, because the environment will drop boulders and they could pretty much hurt you. And you could also glitch out through the floor and pretty much die. Now here, you have to run. Now you could fight these angels. I'm pretty sure it's possible to defeat one. I don't know about two. You could at least damage them and increase your score, but I wasn't gonna take the risk. Alright, so we can't really make any more progress through here. It's just lava. Whoa. Or I guess it's mag. No, it's lava, I'm pretty sure. I have no idea. Alright, guys. Pretty sure there's gonna be a fighting segment. I mean, obviously, every time we're in a large area, there's always gonna be a fight. So, I guess I'll end off the episode here. Hopefully, well, I guess we can start the chapter. So next time we might find out a little bit more about Bayonetta, what her past is, and who that angel was, and why he was summoned into the world of chaos, even though he was apparently asleep. So, I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye.